and obviously for you all out there, we don't have to really preface this too much. When you win the Olympia, like he just did, Mr. Olympia, there's only one, it's it. And he's telling you he eats all those foods. You probably should go ahead and look into the science if you don't believe it already and say, yeah, there's something to this. And you all out there better be lucky that the science is that, because if it was the opposite, what everybody's been saying all these years and that restrictive, who's going to last on that for a lifetime? You're not, since Halloween just happened. I think in the past 10 days, I think I've worked in a Snickers and a Hershey's bar every single day, except for my 2 real low days. So 5 days a week. I think I've worked that in literally about 6 times.
Nice.
Just because I was craving it and wanted it. And he'll tell you, the minute you start telling yourself that you can't have it, on top of already being in a deficit and being hungry, and you're restrictive, that's a trifecta. I mean, it just blasts you. It's freeing to be able to say, I want this food and I'm going to work it in. Now, like he said, you will be hungry and you are accountable to the caloric intake, and you're not exactly accountable to macronutrients technically, but if you want muscle retention or muscle gain, the macronutrients matter. They do. But let's move on from this one to, so we get him back from Europe. He's feeling great. He's been on the diet break. And then the interface at this time would have actually had him losing weight. It actually kept him up in calories. Okay. It had been roughly just a tad over his maintenance to try to correct. So everybody out there, I want you to understand that about the system. If you're a physique athlete, you can use that revert button, or if you know yourself, you can use the sliders to change your protein, carbs, and fat to any calorie level you want, any ratio you want. If you want to do ketogenic diet, you can do it. Basically simply got him down to a new low for that contest, right?
It was, yeah.
New low for his weight. So we already had him ready. And I wanted to do something for Colin that he's never had done before the first show. And I didn't achieve what I wanted, just straight up being honest about it out there. I had a theory in trying a risky move that Cliff Wilson's coined, and I've studied it a lot. I've actually tweaked it a little bit from what we did for the Olympia anyway. If I ever talked to Cliff Wilson, I'd love to share with him the difference I did, just for curiosity. But the first show, I wanted to peak him better than he'd ever been. I wanted him to fill out, because I want you all to know out there, natural athletes, the largest hurdle isn't getting that lean. That's discipline. That's planning. More than anything else, is planning, giving yourself enough time. But what's really difficult to do is fill out a natural athlete. It just is. I mean, your glycogen stores are completely gone. You're low on water. Sodium and water levels are imbalanced. I mean, potassium's down. I mean, it's just all down.
Yeah.
So with that said, we get him out there. That day, you remember, I told you, I remember you're like, you want me to continue on? I was telling him to keep pumping carbs down him because he still wasn't full. And I'm like, you're not going to feel over by the time we get to stage. And I had some different salt protocols that I wanted him to do, and he was trying that. And you didn't tell him how much of a pump you did get, because it wasn't that great a one.
No, it wasn't. And it was better than I had before, but it wasn't like, I mean, when you would ask me how good is your pump right now? And I'm like, it's okay, but it's not like I'm in the gym, like busting out of my skin. And I get that sometime, after certain, maybe the day after, a diet break, or, after one of our refeeds or something like that. I know what it feels like, but I wasn't getting it prior to stage. And I hadn't in the past. I didn't really there. But part of my, like Matt said, in natural bodybuilding, sometimes you can kind of out-discipline people. Or outplan people, in the sense that you can come in more conditioned and you're going to look better, if you have good lines and, symmetry and muscularity and so forth. And that's a lot, kind of what I've relied on in the past is that, and just kind of leaving it there. But there was more to get from that. And what ended up happening was I didn't I didn't really fill out to where I could have, and to me, I get on stage, I look lean, I have, it looks good, but there's kind of, like something that's missing, something that could be more. And so I got beat at that show by a guy that was very lean, very conditioned, good muscle, and quite honestly, good physique.
Yeah, good physique. Good
physique. So I wasn't upset about it. I'm like, second place, that was the best pro placing I'd ever had. I'm like, sweet, this is the best physique. That was the best physique I'd ever had at that point. And I was really excited about it.
Built from experience, backed by science, and battle proven.